guys, what's up, you guys? It's been a long time since I made a video, but I'm gonna make it quite simple. I'm gonna try to make it simple, but you know how I go. I start the rambling. Okay, there's two topics I kind of want to get to. One is Jason David Frank, the passing of Jason David Frank. I'm not gonna go too far into it because everybody know the cause and stuff, so I don't need to go into details about that. But I'm just gonna say this real quick. It's still shocking, and I'm still shocked about the passing of Jason David Frank. And why I'm talking about this now is because I also watched Once and Always twice. Actually, I watched it on the premiere, and I watched it this morning, which is Saturday. What is it? Saturday, April 22nd, which it came on the 19th of Wednesday. So I watched both, and I actually like it more now because I guess my expectations was high. And not saying I didn't like it when it first came out. I loved it, but now I just wanted to sit back and watch it again, where I already know what's going on. I just wanted to see it just to see it. Great show, by the way. Great show. So yeah, Jason David Frank, I'm still shocked about that, and he was one of my favorite Rangers. He donned the green, the white, Zeo Ranger 5, Turbo Red, and also Dino Thunder Black. So he was one of the greatest Rangers. I could say that, and I know he was. I know people would disputed with Jason. But Tommy, I believe he was one of the greatest because he stayed, with the show for all these years. And I understand he's coming out with the, I think the White Dragon or something like that. Some new movie he coming out with, which has nothing to do with Power Rangers, but it's a Power Ranger-ish type movie. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna try to check it out. I think it's coming out actually on his birthday. Actually, it would have been his birthday. I think it's September 9th, if I'm not mistaken. So 2023, they have a release date, so that's a good thing. I could be wrong. I might double check. I'm kind of just doing this off the hip, so I'm just doing everything off memory. I also want to say, rest in peace to Jason David Frank. You will always be missed. You will, and definitely. It's just I'm still numb, and I haven't really been numb like this since Eddie Guerrero passed away. This is, if any wrestling fans out there, you guys know what I'm talking about, and also on Chris Benoit. But anyway, Once and Always was an awesome show. But I think this is going to be a little controversial video because I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with what I'm saying when I say about one. And this is not a critiquing Once and Always at all. I'm not critiquing. I actually loved everything, the CGI, the acting. Okay, yes, Ming was. They say that her acting was, but I'm not worried about her acting. She's new, and plus there's a lot of legends there, so of course she's not going to be as strong of a character because she's still brand new. I mean, come on now. This happened before, especially if you've been a Power Ranger fan. And I want to say, and I'm not going to talk about the Mighty Morphin cast. I'm going to talk about the cast. It's probably, I want to say, the Disney era. No, but maybe I can say the Disney era. I used the TJ team. You had the TJ team coming in, and their acting was quite weaker than the ones like Tommy and Tanya, Catherine, Adam. Of course, remember when Justin came in. Of course, they acting gonna be a little weaker because they're they're a new character. You're not used to them, and you so used to the older team. Of course, it's gonna sound a little weakened. But as time go on, they start growing on you. I'm not worrying about her acting. Her acting is perfect in my opinion. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to get this for this. The camera dies. Shoot, I gotta probably have to stop this video. Hang on 1 second. I probably don't have to. Hang on. Hang on. Doing a lot of moving. This is probably the worst timing. Okay, hang on. And I hate how I hit this remote. I'm gonna have to cut this part out. Okay, much better. Okay. And my Ninja Turtles got interrupted. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, the acting, I believe, in my opinion, was actually phenomenal. I don't care what anybody say about main character; she was great. Okay, this is where the controversy starts. Now that we have a new Yellow Ranger, technically. Now hear me out. I didn't read too much of Boom Comics. I remember I read part of the Boom Comics when they had a new Green Ranger, and you can never replace the OG. That's just common sense. However, if Hasbro is really serious about cutting ties with Sentai, and I know this is going to sound crazy, and people might not agree. Well, maybe we should use some of them old timers, the ones that like the Catherine, the Rocky, the Billy, the Aisha and Adam, which they was in there, but they didn't have any powers or anything that we have or that we saw for now, because they could also come out with a part 2 of this series. Well, now I think it's time. If Mighty Morphin is so popular, and hear me out, it's the cash cow, right? They Hasbro, Disney, even though Disney had from Ninja Storm all the way to RPM. And then you had the Neo Saban era. You had from Samurai to, I want to say Beast Morphish. Yeah, Beast Morpher-ish, I want to say Ninja Steel, but Beast Morphers. Well, anyway, why don't they use the once and always? Now, if you notice that all the power's been I want to say it always been fully restored. Technically, Adam I want to say, and I'm gonna pull myself back a little bit. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but if you go back to the Disney era, Operation Overdrive, when Alpha came back, because remember, Adam was the one who actually repaired the Morphin Grid, I want to say. Alpha and Operation Overdrive. Everybody talked bad about Operation Overdrive, but I think that Operation Overdrive actually had a key to, actually was a key season, even though that it was the most, they called it the Megaforce of Disney. I still like Operation Overdrive, and I think that was a really serious episode. I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying this, but I don't care. I say that Adam, when he restored the Morphin Grid, I think a lot of powers, which it did return, because he came back as the Black Ranger, right? And he also did the Black Ranger back. He actually came back as the Black Ranger in space, if anybody remember that. But anyway, so now that we have the original Black Ranger, in which he got his powers because he's the original. Adam, I know, still can use the Black power, which Rocky used the Red Ranger powers twice already from 18. Somebody had to correct me because I forgot Rocky did come back in Ninja Steel, but I couldn't figure out if it was Rocky. I know I saw the episode Dimension in Danger, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, and so somebody did correct me, and I love to be corrected. Don't get me wrong. If I can't remember a particular episode, somebody please correct me. I'm not gonna be an ass, or excuse me, cut that out. I'm not gonna be a jerk about it, and I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, and argue. Sometimes I stand corrected. It happens. But anyway, so let me get back to what I was saying, and let me go back to the original story, actually, what I'm trying to get to. So I'm going to get to the controversial of what I'm about to say. I think they should use the original OG to bring in a new team of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I should say that this is the transfer of power, kind of like what they did with Turbo. I know a lot of people go, what? Well, hear me out. This would be good. This would be great for Hasbro. Hasbro can market Mighty Morphin Power Rangers again. They can make their own. They can make a brand new villain team, a brand new adventures, but using the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers power. This will give them enough time if they want to make another Six Ranger, if they own exclusive, they can make exclusive other things. I know it cuts down on keep recycling every year we get a new, we get up, which we call it upgrade. And maybe you can upgrade some of the Mighty Morphin suits like they did with Megaforce. I thought Megaforce kind of had something going on with this. And I know a lot of people, if you actually look at Super Megaforce, even though I have my opinions about that show and everybody do, everybody might talk bad about Samurai, but there was things that Samurai and Megaforce done, especially Megaforce and Ninja Steel, that Mighty Morphin done this in the past where they had the little glitter suits, that was they kind of like like their Super Saiyan suits technically. They can do stuff like that with the Mighty Morphin. You get a brand new team, you get brand new actors, you kind of have a transfer of power. You already transferred power to Ming, so why not find a new Red Ranger, find a new Blue Ranger, find a new Pink Ranger. I know everybody gonna say, well, they're not the OG. Well, that's, if you are a true Power Ranger fan, you will understand that stuff do not stay the same forever. Just go back and look at the original Mighty Morphin cast. Yes, Jason, Zach, and Trini could have stayed. They could have stayed the rest of the 3 years in which Walter Manuel Jones, known as Zach, he did say he regret not being in the movie. Things happen for a reason, so don't beat yourself up about it too much. Things happen and it worked out. Look at TJ Crew. Tommy and the rest of them, they transferred their powers to TJ, Carlos, Ashley, Cassie. When Justin was already, Rocky also transferred his powers because of his injury he had. It's sustained in Turbo. For being too excited, let's just put it that way, and came out the ring and messed up his back. So anyway, so this is the once and always could be the horse to keep Mighty Morphin. Now that they got all their powers back, they restored it. Now you got an alpha. You don't need to. And maybe that's what they gonna get. This is the angle they go on. But I think if I 100% stand by, if Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is the cash cow, and now that I'm hearing that they're not doing any more, they want to reboot it, I'd say don't reboot it. That will make no sense technically. I would say just like they did with the 2017 movie. I think it's good to now get a new fresh coat, new team, new story, like they do with the Boom Comics, and have new faces, have some of the OGs check on them from time to time. So just keep them in the cycle, and maybe they can have their own little legacy powers in case, let's say, they might need Rocky to help out, or Billy. They give Billy like a Commander Kruger type of some powers, an upgrade. Maybe he could be a Blue Ranger still, but kind of like his own style, like a Shadow Ranger, kind of like, or like not a Phantom Ranger, but you guys get what I'm trying to say, I guess. Kind of do that. The OG will still have powers, but they have their powers like a little different. Maybe they come in here every so often and help out the newer team, Mighty Morphin team. The new team can actually have the red, the blue, the black, and go from there. And there you go. And if they want to bring back some of the RPM Rangers here and there, all the legacy Rangers, then you can do that. And then I know. And once the actors maybe grow old, a little older, refresh it a little bit. Maybe then when it's time to actually make another whole season, they could do that. They can probably use remnants of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You don't have to do too much changing, but you want to change so it won't get stale. But if Mighty Morphin has been your cash cow for 30 years, and no, I wouldn't say 30 years. I mean, we moved on from the Zeo to Turbo, but but people my age, they gonna is more recognizable. But you don't want to really market people my age. But then the kids but it's been proven though. It's been proven that the Green Ranger, even for the new generation, is very popular. Maybe they can actually. I don't know how the Green Ranger could work actually in this new season. Maybe they can make. Maybe they can retire the original. I'm just saying, and just come out with another Six Ranger, kind of a remnants of the Green Ranger, or they could just bring it back. I don't really know, but this is the time right now. Maybe the next season. This is just an idea of having a brand new team of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. keep the OGs around like the Rockies, and you don't get rid of Billy, because Billy, you need him because he could do what he did in Zeo, just be like the Zordon or the extra hand. And then if they want to bring, and this is a good chance to bring Zordon back, make up a good story of how he came back. You already got the whole Rita particle. Maybe Zordon actually didn't fully die. Maybe they could say, hey, he didn't really fully die. He was kind of like, because you remember when Zato died and Dino Fury, he came back because you got the Master Morphers. You had the Master Morpher. Maybe this whole time Zordon was he became the morphing grid. Something, I don't know. I mean, because, technically he kind of was. Kind of is, if you think about it, because you remember in the movie, if you go back to the 1995 movie, well, I want you to know this is, I don't know if it's canon or not canon, whatever, and this video getting way too long. I'm going to make this really quick. I'm going to wrap it up. I might make a second part to this, if depending on how the video goes. Remember in the 1995 movie when Zordon got hit by Ivan Ooze, and Ivan Ooze came in and destroyed, just trashed that command center, and they lost their powers. There you go. I mean, there you go. I mean, maybe he was the head of the Morphin Masters, but did he see? Everybody thought he died, but he was quiet, and the Morphin Masters was told to keep quiet on his whereabouts. That would be a badass. Excuse me. That would be a kick butt story. And I'm going to edit this video. I don't really want to. I was trying to keep from cussing, so I wanted to edit this video. But yeah, so what are your thoughts and opinions or whatever? If you don't like my idea, I think it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get mad. But I really think they have something here. If the once and always kind of open the door of keeping the Mighty Morphin team, why give Ming some new powers? Excuse me. Why give Ming the original Yellow Ranger powers if you're not going to have her have her own have a new code of team? You know, they can actually maybe run it twice. Maybe they can keep the Dino Fury Rangers going and have the new Mighty Morphin team going. I don't know, but you have something here, especially if you guys going to end it off the way you guys going to end it off. Maybe Zato, or maybe the new team could take over. The Dino Fury team could take over. I don't know. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but they once and always opened up a door that you cannot ignore. You know, so this is a time to really capture Power Rangers. They have lightning in the bottle, and I see it. So it's the writers, and it's the producers, and it's the fans. This is where Power Rangers could be resurrected. In my opinion, this is the once and always probably can resurrect Power Rangers. And we might have another probably 5, 6 years, 10 years of something like we have never had since the 90s. So this is just my opinion. Just go on ahead in the comment section. See what your thoughts are. All right, you guys take it easy.